Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Game Changer. You see, we got all the fellas here, man. So let's just get into it. Your food
Fans got their feelings hurt because I said Steph Curry's career compared to the other three guys in this post is unmatched. All I did was point out the fact that Steph Curry didn't have to jump from team to team and build a super team in the process to win championships. Bron James fans did not like that, and they insinuated that the Cleveland Cavaliers did a very bad job of building a team around LeBron, and that's why he was forced to leave the first time. They're really not going to like me now because in 2009, that Cleveland Cavaliers franchise built a team around LeBron would give them the best record in the league at 66-16. Bron James fans have this weird thing where they like to say one man can't do it by himself, but apparently, according to them, he was a one-man show. He was good enough to win 66 games by himself, only to get to the conference finals and lose to the 3-seed Magic. Rashad Lewis and Dwight Howard. I'm old enough to remember that Nike spent all year with these commercials of LeBron James and Kobe Bryant as puppets because they thought the Lakers and the Cavaliers were going to meet in the finals that year. We were all robbed of that great moment because LeBron James lost to the Magic in the conference final. What happened in 2010? LeBron James, again, the 1 seed in the East. Remember, to LeBron fans, he does all of this by himself. Good enough to win 61 games in the regular season, but got to the second round and lost to the 4th seeded Celtics. Yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers franchise did him a disservice. What a terrible team to win 61 games, but you can't get past the second round. LeBron James had high expectations in 2008, 2009, and 2010. He didn't meet the expectations, and it forced him to take his talents to South Beach. For him, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, a super team, would have a celebration/parade before they even played a game together, and they were going to lose to the Dallas Mavericks, a team they probably had no business losing to.
All right, fella, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it.
He put out some, some common points.
I mean, you never hear anybody ever bring up LeBron's records at that time.
But him having a good record that's not a downside to me. Those teams didn't do that without him. So I can't say like, oh, they built a team around him. That's what gave him that record. No.
At that time, and on that team, they were bringing in like a lot of old players. I remember they brought in Shaq and like Anton Jameson. And not like they were bringing in like some young core.
The best player they brought in was Antoine Jameson.
But he wasn't. Anton Jameson, he was done at that time.
Respectfully, he was an all-star.
I mean, yeah, Shaq was too, but at that time they were both done though.
But why
team,
anybody did credit Mo Williams like he wasn't putting up numbers for the Cavaliers though?
I mean, LeBron James made him.
But I mean, the key point
he was in the league before LeBron
players,
James.
Though.
He wasn't doing nothing in Utah.
The key point
and he didn't do nothing after LeBron left.
The key point is,
but he was putting up numbers with LeBron.
I mean, what you consider numbers? Yeah, he went to an All-Star game, but not like Mo Williams. Like he was replaceable. They could have found another Mo Williams. He was replaceable.
Yeah, I think the key point.
I guess these legacy debates are tricky. You know what I'm saying? My bad. No, go ahead.
No, I think the key point is just the records, though. Like he wasn't going off of who they had or none of that. It was the record at the time. What seed did they come in as in those years? And shit, they was hooping. It wasn't like they was some bums. People try to make it like they was just a bum. They were just bum squads instead of just saying Bron couldn't get it done with the team that he had. It's as simple as that. It ain't.
Oh no, they ain't gonna say that. They ain't gonna word that like that. You talking about LeBron James? They would never word that like that.
Just like Kobe couldn't get it done with the teams he had at certain points in his career. I mean, Karl Malone couldn't get it done if that's the case. Charles Barkley couldn't get it done. Yes, that happens. But he went somewhere else and got it done. I think LeBron was the first guy to do it in such a big way that he get a lot of flack for it. But as a businessman, man, get the fuck out of Cleveland, bro. Hell yeah. I would have stayed.
But then again, like I said, the argument.
But that crazy you say LeBron one of the first one to do it. But how is that? When AI took the 76 to the final with nothing.
Oh, like no, I mean he was the first one to leave town in such a big way.
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah. He started that. Now
Well,
you
he
give him
did
that.
start
He
that for
started that.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, way back when, forced his way out of Milwaukee. So it ain't a new concept. Other players done forced their way out of other places too.
Did Bron
Don't
force
worry,
his
that's
way out? Was he a free agent? He didn't force
That
his
Yeah, he
way
was free
out.
agent. He was a free agent. He was a free
Yeah, I
agent.
was about to
Yeah,
say
he's
he
a
was
free
way
agent.
out
I'm
and
just
then
gonna say
left 'cause he told
that
me.
really wasn't a thing back then
True.
though.
Whatever it
That really wasn't a thing back then. People played with whoever they were drafted to, and people played on that team with honor, and that's just what it
Man,
was.
But
I don't think
hell
LeBron.
no.
I don't think LeBron James
All
ever
right,
been
so
traded.
if
I
that the
think
case,
he just
why
went when his contract was up. I don't think
Man,
he
why
ever been
AI?
traded.
Yeah, he always went as a free agent. He never
Yeah,
been
I don't think he
traded.
ever been
He
traded.
never been
So,
traded. So he
why
always.
didn't see
So
to
it's
say
not
that?
that he forced his way out,
No,
but he
He
when
do
the
his
team
con-
dealt
he
with
do his
dealt with
contract and then he either
players in his
resign or go
prime.
somewhere else.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that sounds like some slave shit. You saying that he bound to this team because he was drafted there? That don't mean shit, man. These billionaires ain't married to you.
No, I ain't putting it like that. But I'm
You
just
fuck around
saying.
and blow your ACL.
But but I'm just saying people had honor back then. You were playing with that team.
But let's be real.
People
True,
were not
true.
people were not trading teams like that back then, man. You were riding and dying by how you were living.
The argument is if Steph Curry.
If that's the case,
Didn't go to
hey, I
other
should have been
teams.
left the 76ers when he seen this wasn't gonna work. He should have been left the 76ers. Went teamed over Kobe Bryant or went teamed over somebody like that. If that's the case, but that ain't happened. He
Yeah,
rolled
well,
it
true.
out. He
True,
rolled it
true.
out.
Man, get the hell out of here.
True.
And the argument is
I mean,
But I'm saying-
he do got a point though. He do got a point.
If that were going, hey, so let's be honest. If that were going on back then, wouldn't more player have ring? Let's be honest now. If that were going on back then,
True.
more players have ring. If Charles Barkley went or whatever, I'm gonna go ahead. Bulls, they doing their thing. I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead with the Bulls.
But the
Shit, I
thing
can help them
is,
guys out. I know they can
you
help
don't,
me.
you don't, you don't
So Charles
join
Barkley have a ring?
the
Sound crazy though, because we know
Wait a
growing
minute.
up, it wasn't like that. Everybody
At
was
all.
dogs
I'm
went
just saying.
against each other. Like it
The
didn't
way how he brought it up.
Hold on. Let's go back to the Bad Boys Pistons. They end up winning. Once they went and got outside pieces, they ended up trading for a dude from Denver, Adrian Dantley. They
Yeah,
ended up
Rodman
bringing
went there. We know. Yeah.
Rodman. Like
That
these
still
people,
wasn't a
they
super team.
built a team. They built a team, though. I'm just saying, it's free agency. It's just at the end of the day, this shit business. This is a fucking business. Y'all think we playing 2K or something, but yeah, you build a team, bro.
Right, you
It ain't
right about
against the
that,
law.
Bossman, you right about that. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. We already know that it was a different mentality in players. It's just not. They had to build.
Niggas were more slave-minded,
but we
yeah.
had to build. They had to build what we
No,
see
ain't
today.
nobody saying this against the law or nothing like that.
Yeah,
It's
they
just,
had
you know,
to
like I
build what
said,
we see today.
Like I
What we see
just-
today, they had
like-
to build it.
like I just said,
And a
more
lot of
people
those teams
just
back then,
more people had
and a lot of
honor
those
with the
teams
team
back
that
then,
who they were battling with. That's just what it was.
and back in those days, those cap space wasn't like how it is now. So it's
That's
not
what
like
I'm
you.
saying. They had to build what you see today.
Yeah, you kind of had to deal with the team that you was on. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not like you could have like three super star players on one team. They barely had enough to pay the other two players. Why you think Michael Jordan had a whole bunch of God damn. You on the highway? No, that's why Michael Jordan had to do a pay cut a few times.
Yeah, you lost us there.
But the original argument though is, you know, does Steph Curry get the props over these other players because he didn't have to go to other teams? That was the thing. And then LeBron's legacy in that video, he brought up more of LeBron's legacy, but he used the video that had Harden, which like we were saying off the show, that probably should have had Kawhi in that spot. And then KD was in the other spot, and I forgot who else was in the other spot in that video. But
my bad, no. But let's not forget, man. The whole argument was before we got onto this call was if KD compared to Scottie, Jordan and Kobe and LeBron and whoever else y'all had said. So the video was just segue to get us to talking about it.
Mhm.
It wasn't about building super teams and all that.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm biased. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta see it up front. I'm
So
very biased.
who all y'all got?
So that's why I say I'm biased when it comes to Kobe Bryant. So to me, I'm Kobe Bryant to the heart. So I ain't gonna say Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. I'm just gonna say they equal. That's me. Most people gonna say Michael Jordan better than Kobe due to the fact that Kobe had to critique Michael Jordan game by stealing his moves and trying to perfect him his own way. But the fact of the matter, I'm Kobe Bryant biased, so I ain't gonna say Michael Jordan better than Kobe. I'm just gonna say they equal. For Scottie Pippen and Kevin Durant,
That's
that
not even
is
an answer. That's even a debate, really, in my opinion. But
that's tricky. The Kevin Durant and Scottie Pippen is tricky because you actually got to go down from stat to stat with those guys because statistically, only thing Kevin Durant is better than Scottie Pippen is scoring.
Is he though?
Yeah, he better than them in scoring.
oh
He
yeah,
is.
Yeah,
For
but
this
that's it.
time, but so let me ask
Yeah.
y'all this then.
You know,
So
Pippen wasn't brought in to be a scorer. You know what I'm saying? KD, which you seen coming out of Texas, was a
yeah.
scorer
Well, score.
in the college and stuff. So even by him coming to the league, that was his main objective is to score the ball. They want to make him score. Whereas in with Scotty, he played both sides of the court. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I would give it to Pippen. You know what I'm saying? Because Pippen can slash and do everything else that KD
Yeah,
probably can't do.
yeah.
And he moved better on the defensive end, more agile and more aggressive. The mindset is even better than KD. KD just a better scorer. But I take Pippen all day. As far as Magic and LeBron, they're pretty much the same to me, but I'll probably go with LeBron better. But LeBron got better vertical jump and things like that, though. You know, I mean, I think you can go either way with Magic and Bron, though, because Magic can do a little bit too. But as far as Kobe and Mike, of course I'm gonna go with Mike, man, because that's the originator. You know what I'm saying? And he was a better scorer than Kobe, though. You know what I mean? Pure
Well, I got to
scorer, though. You
disagree
know,
with that. I
percentage
got to
wise,
disagree
even
with that. I
too.
got to disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you even when all the accolades Mike got coming from college and stuff, the scoring, the hard work. Kobe can match the hard work and things, but Kobe had to work even more coming into the NBA, being as 18 and things. But Mike came in the game 25, 30 the next year, scoring titles and stuff
no,
like
don't
that.
don't
So
say he
I'm
came in
definitely
the
giving
game
it to
because
Mike.
he had a long run in the 80s where he wasn't winning shit. But quality, OKC ain't finna do no 3-peat, bro. I'm sorry.
Not with San Antonio sitting right there.
Yeah, that shit.
Shit.
That's not gonna happen.
San Antonio might win that motherfucker this year. But back to the legacy debate. When we start talking legacy, of course, you know what I'm saying. First off, can we appreciate these guys? Because I don't even think first off, we always try to put this person against this person. But man, after these dudes is gone, it's a whole nother. We talking about who are the next generation of guys. Y'all mentioned Ant-Man and somebody
Ant-Man,
else.
Shea. You got Ant-Man, you got Shea.
Yeah, don't nobody want to watch Shea, man. And I just heard
It's boring as hell watching OKC game, bro. I'm sorry.
I just saw quality TV say something about Shea being, playing just like Kobe. No, the fuck he don't. Kobe was trying to make the shot and get fouled. Shea is just trying to get fouled. Like,
no, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna.
I'm exaggerating. But I don't.
Yeah,
like
I promise you, I'm gonna disagree with that.
30 times a night.
I'm gonna disagree with that. Shea tried to put that ball in the globe. I'm gonna disagree with that. Shea do his all to put that ball in the globe. So I'm gonna disagree with that. Shea, he'll twist and turn his body in the air, whatever it takes to get that ball in the hole. He definitely gonna try to put the ball in the hole. And it just come with him doing so much that he gets fouled. But nah, I'm gonna disagree with them. He don't. They say he foul bait, but I don't really believe that, man. It's just he more crafty he shifted like D Wade. He's smooth, and they
He a
just can't
great
keep.
player. He a
They
great player.
they
Nobody
just
Hey
saying
cannot
man,
that.
keep up with him. They
But
couldn't
let's
keep up
not
with
I
D.
was
change
watching that
this.
nigga shoot
Let's
30
not
free throws a
change
night.
this. Yeah, exactly. And that was my point. But let's not change this. The debate was the legacy of these guys, these older guys. LeBron showed up yesterday. Really didn't have to do too much. KD didn't play the first game of the playoff. Stepped out first game of the play-in. Second game of the play-in. Like, they had different points in their career, of course. But these guys are kind of phasing out. You was supposed to be phasing out. Right or wrong?
But let's ask this question then, because everybody talking about KD with the scoring. I get it. He's a better scorer than Scotty. But if you put KD in that time, because now, man, motherfuckers ain't playing defense this day and age.
I would have beat the hell out of KD little ass. He would have been crying.
So
He
then,
would have been crying like
then
that.
where does that debate go? Is he still better than or right there with Scotty?
Well, okay. If that's the case, then you can argue that with LeBron James, because that was a thing at first. That was a thing at one point in time where, because guys used to move out the way and let LeBron James dunk the ball. But back then, they weren't moving out the way. They were, being Wilder would push you out of the air before. So
LeBron played in their generation. LeBron played against Man Wilder.
I think LeBron. I don't think his career would have been as long as it has been, but I honestly think he could have. I think he could have played with them boys. He got the size. He definitely had the motherfucking speed. So I think he could have played. He just wouldn't have had. He wouldn't been in that motherfucking no plus 20+ years.
Man, quality TV on one in the comments. He
said,
said,
ain't no fucking way.
He said KD would have had 10 rings during that time. That's tough, bro.
I don't know about 10, but he would have had quite a few. I don't know about 10, but he would have had quite a few.
He only just got 2 in this era. Exactly. And he had to team. Come on, Quality TV. He had to team up with it.
But it's a lot of better teams now. It's a lot of better teams now.
Man, so hell no. In the 90s, I would probably say, in the 90s, you had Batman and Robin back in the 90s. This day and age, you probably can't even hardly name some players from other.
Yeah, you said back then they had Batman and Robin. Now they be on one team had Batman, Robin, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Superman. You got about
hell no.
That's true.
Yeah, you got about 4.
Hell no.
Every team had like 4 all players.
Go up. The skill level did go up, yes.
Hell
but back then they would have been able to really be physical with KD.
The physicality went down.
Yeah.
But Kevin Durant could get his shot off any time.
The defense can went down.
And he probably would adjust he probably would adjust to it. And he probably would adjust his game to that.
He would have had to get way stronger, bro. He couldn't play this thin. He couldn't play this his whole career.
He would not have survived.
He'll have to put some muscle.
Well, why couldn't he adjust when he was with OKC to beat Golden State? He was the man of that series. He supposed to have been adjusted to beat Golden State, other than joining them. If you know what I'm saying, the mentality. So I don't see.
Yeah, that was the only lame shit that he did was joining the team that beat him. But it was stuff going around on that team that he wasn't cool with him and Westbrook and stuff. But that was lame for him to go to Golden State.
But every team have fallouts. Every team got stuff going on inside there.
He could have went anywhere, but he went to a team that beat him, and that's gonna always tarnish his legacy.
That's what tarnishes his legacy. Off the rip.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
You can be mad at LeBron. LeBron didn't just.
I don't think that tarnishes legacy though.
Oh yeah, yes it does. How you gonna play? How you gonna be up 3-1 in a series and they come back and win, and then like 3 months later you wanted to trade there to a team that literally beat you like 3 months ago? That's horrible. I don't think that ever been done before. Not that I know of.
Tarnishes legacy with that one, definitely.
Oh shit.
Hold on, Chuck. Your mic messing up, Chuck.
Your mic is going out, so.
Yeah,
but
I don't see KD like that though. I mean, he's nice for sure, but like I said, if his mentality was right, you're supposed to, go against the people that beat you and stuff like that. And then, like, even with the thing y'all had in the video about with LeBron switching teams, I mean, like the guy said, he done won 60 games 2 years in a row with the squad that he have.
But
And
he
you
didn't
know
go
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
Magic that
And
beat him though.
He sure didn't go to the team that beat him.
I
And he
mean,
wasn't
okay,
at 3-1
okay,
on that team. And
but
that
you
team
But
was
team
y'all
up
had
with
went
two
through all y'all
prime,
numbers.
you
The
team
Magic
up with
beat
two
him that year.
prime
He didn't go there.
superstars. You okay, but you like you said, you have a Batman, Robin, and Spider-Man, which
Yeah.
LeBron had ended up creating. Like y'all said, he was the first one to do this. So him and all
See,
them
But
guys,
there
they
you
were
go.
they
That
arguing
he
came
Boston
wasn't the
out for
did
the
first
it
one.
first.
parade.
They
He
no, he
were
wasn't the
wasn't.
arguing
first
that
one.
Boston
No,
did
he
it
wasn't.
first.
That Boston Celtics, man. Y'all keep on saying
But
that the
those
Boston Celtics
boys
was
was at
done,
the
but they
end of their
was
careers, man. We
Okay,
ain't trying to hear that shit.
they
okay,
played
but
like 10 more years after that.
Kevin Garnett was okay. Kevin
It
Garnett
was
was
called
probably
the
in
Big
10
Three.
years or more
It was
already.
called the Big Three,
But
literally.
the age was
Kevin
still
Kevin
young though.
Garnett was already.
Their age was still young. They were all a year
It
apart
was
from each other.
called the Big Three. They all was on a max
They
deal.
won in their 20s, dog. They won in their
Yes, they
20s.
were. No,
They
one
won
of
it. They won in their 20s.
Paul Pierce was still in his
Kevin Garnett
20s.
won in his 20s.
No, it was 31, 30, 29.
I mean, come on, DJ. 29, really?
Oh, then
29.
26,
Man,
26,
I
26,
think Giannis
26.
Antetokounmpo. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo is 29.
That's prime years,
I
bro.
don't know. We'll have to
Yeah,
check
that's
that out,
prime.
though.
Yeah, you in
We'll
your
have to
prime.
check
So
that.
you at the end of your prime, but that's still your prime. I don't even think Giannis Antetokounmpo even 30 yet. He might be younger than 29. So what are we talking about? He ain't no different.
No, okay, 20. Okay, but we talking about 27, 26, 27. D-Wade, LeBron, and Bosh. You know, that's the prime. That's in the middle of your prime, or even the peak at your prime. You know what I'm saying? And even the success that he had, Kevin Garnett didn't have the success that LeBron had in Minnesota of taking his teams to the 66 and some win, or even the player, or even
What
the
does that
finals,
matter?
before say,
What
right?
does that matter?
Okay, he didn't accomplish more than Kevin Garnett. You know what I'm saying? By him being with the Cavs, and y'all saying that the Boston
Giannis
was the
31
first
to
team. Okay, yeah, they had notable
but
players. They had notable players, notable superstars on their team, but I still think that they was like at the end of their peak. Whereas LeBron them came in right there in the middle of their peak together. And still underachieved. They underachieved with just 2 rings.
a lot. By a whole lot. Not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. That shit didn't age well.
Keep counting. Keep counting, Papa. He counting more.
I want to go back to the Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant and Scott Pippen thing. I'm just off the record. Why wouldn't we compare Kawhi Leonard career with Scottie Pippen? That's more accurate. They both both sides of the ball type player.
You right,
Why would we?
And how that came up was we was doing the top 10. Kendrick Perkins had called out the fact that Kevin Durant might not, he borderline top 10. And we was trying to see the player that was better than Kevin Durant, and Scottie Pippen name came up. So that's how that came up. But yeah, you're right. Scottie Pippen and Kawhi Leonard are more closely aligned with their game.
Then you can do Julius Erving and Kevin Durant. That's more compatible. Julius Erving was a dominant
But I
scorer
don't
for the
think-
76.
But I don't think when in our generation when we talk about a top 10, we don't put Julius Erving nowhere in there. So we were comparing it against.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't compare them two. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't compare Julius Erving and KD and things. You know what I'm saying? But even if I had to choose between Kawhi and Scottie Pippen, I'm going with Pippen all day.
Yeah, me too. But that's what we were giving props to Pippen actually, because we were saying who would KD be better than, and in the legacy debate, shit, Pippen got 6 rings. So of course, and he was like the second best player on all those teams. KD got 2 rings. He was the second best player on 2 of them.
No, I won't say no.
So that leads to the debate between Curry and Durant then.
No, Kevin Durant was better than Steph Curry. No, I want. That was Steph Curry's team because he was originated and drafted there. But no, when Kevin Durant came to that team, Kevin Durant was number one option. That's why Steph gave the ball up to Kevin Durant both times for game winning shot. And he shot him over one time. He shot it over LeBron. The other time, LeBron moved out of the way and he shot it over J.R. Camille. No, Kevin Durant was
So
definitely
who
number
was
one
better,
option.
Curry or Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant. That's why they went
I
and
mean,
got him.
Curry or Scottie Pippen.
Curry or Scottie Pippen, man.
Curry or Scott.
Scotty,
As an overall
Scotty.
player, as an
Man, I'm
overall
gonna take
player,
Scottie Pippen over
I'm
Steph
going
Curry.
with Pip. I'm going with Pip.
Because when you say best of player, you still got to look at all aspects. Who would you build a team around? I would build a team around
Mm-hmm.
Scottie Pippen before I do Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry, come on, Steph Curry need a lot of access or
So Kevin
accessible
Durant. So Kevin
players
Durant.
to help his
So
game.
Kevin. So
Scottie Pippen was a both sides of the player or both ends of the court type of player. You can
so
build
Kevin
off that.
Durant is so Stephen Curry. So Kevin Durant better than Stephen Curry, but Scottie Pippen better
And
than
I'm gonna say this:
Kevin Durant.
I don't think, truthfully, honestly, this ain't no discredit to Steph Curry, but without Draymond Green, I don't think Steph Curry's career would be what it is right now.
You
You can
missing
say
the
the
key.
same thing about Tony Parker. You can say the
You
same
missing the
thing
key. You
about
missing the key factor.
Joe
You missing
Dumars.
you missing the key factor. Stephen Curry wouldn't be Stephen Curry without Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson was
You
damn
can say
near
that
just as
about
big as
anybody though.
Stephen Curry on that team.
Some people gonna say LeBron never be LeBron if not for D Wade.
No, I think Curry probably would have been the superstar that he is, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't really like taking away what they already done in history or what they could have or what they wouldn't have been if such and such hadn't been there. But, man, nah. Well, I can't see it, though. I mean, Curry probably, he probably would have just been broken the 3-point record or whatever. I don't know, though. But I ain't going to take away from who he had and stuff like that.
A lot of Steph Curry shot is
But
accessible because of Draymond Green that's on the court.
I don't know,
You the
though. I
first
mean, I think
person.
he can just
You
run
the
off
first
in and
person.
pick and score.
You the first person I done heard give Draymond props for Steph Curry career. It usually go the other way around. They said Draymond wouldn't have been shit without Steph.
Yeah, that because people just look at who's scoring the ball. Basketball is not about the person who's scoring the ball. Basketball is actually about who is helping the helper. Draymond is helping the helper. Draymond helped Clay get his shot off. Draymond helped Steph get his shot off.
He did his part, though.
I
Draymond did
agree.
his part, but I'm like Rod. I don't believe Draymond be nothing without Steph. I think you can find guys to put in for pick and rolls and set screens and rebound and you know what I'm saying to get Steph open in
I don't
that
think so.
aspect.
I don't think so because the way those guys sync in with each other, I don't think so. I truly don't think so. And that's just me being honest. I don't think so.
Let's look
But
at other big men who are passers. Could you put Sabonis, the son, used to be with Sacramento? Can you put him with that same offense? Take Draymond out and put him in there what they had done the same thing?
I just don't think so. That's true. And I like Sabonis a lot, but Draymond dedicated his game to Steph and Clay game. And I don't think nobody else would have sacrificed their career to make sure somebody else's career was above theirs like that. I don't think so. Because I looked at Draymond highlights in college. Draymond can get a bucket. Draymond used to get a bucket. Draymond sacrificed his career in the NBA to make sure Steph and Clay career is what it is right now.
Ooh, that's a debate. That's debatable. That's debatable.
And I don't think another player would do that. I truly don't believe that. So that's a hard thing to
But I'm
ask of a person.
but I'm with you when you say a lot of people just looking at basketball to see who's scoring the ball, and that's the determining factor of who better than who. It's just that's surface level.
Yeah,
That's surface level thinking.
I promise you it is. I promise you it is. And I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate it with a passion. Matt Johnson was the best scorer. We all know that. But Matt Johnson was excellent at everything. He wasn't the best scorer. He wasn't no pure scorer. He was just excellent at everything. That what made him unique over all the point guards. He was excellent at everything. Steph is excellent at shooting the ball. Magic Johnson was excellent at everything.
Yeah.
Magic would not excellent at everything. No.
Everything else other than shooting, he's saying. I get what he's
saying.
Okay.
Okay.
I literally just said Magic wasn't no pure scorer. I just said I started off with it. But he was excellent at everything. So that correlated his game to be perfect with everything.
So we just talking about how, basketball ain't just scoring the basketball.
Yeah, it's not just scoring the basketball.
And this is no disrespect. And I said that when he was in the league, everybody loved this guy. Carmelo Anthony. He's a great scorer.
That's all he was.
He gonna win as your number one scorer. Now, if he would have went to Detroit, we might be having a whole different conversation.
But if had Melo got drafted to Detroit, I don't think his career would have went the way it went. Melo, they would in Detroit, Melo would have a better chance because Melo wouldn't have been the first option in Detroit because their team was already
set to play defense off the rip.
Thank you. They would have molded Melo to what they wanted Melo to be. They wouldn't have took his scoring away from him. They wouldn't have took his scoring away from him. But his scoring would have, I feel like his scoring would have been more efficient because they would have gave him the right shots. In Denver, Melo just took the shots because he was the man. He took the shots. With the Pistons, Charles Billups, they would have gave him the right shots to take instead of him just taking the shot that he wanted to take all the time. No, Melo take 4 shots. Melo took rush shot. Melo took game-winning shot. Melo took last-minute second shot. Melo took all the shots. They just, I'm just gonna shoot the ball, and that wouldn't have win. That wouldn't have win like that on Detroit Pistons.
For real though, I agree.
That wouldn't have win like that.
And they probably would have adjusted his game and made him. Melo probably would have been Melo. What we see. They probably would have turned his ass to like a Patrick Beverly. You never know.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I'm
just saying some players. Some players, their whole career they've been like a scoring killing machine, and when they come to the league, they gotta adjust their whole game. You wouldn't even believe that there was a killing machine.
Yeah, but Carmelo just coming off of his 1 year in college as a champion, and he was the primary scorer. They weren't gonna.
But you also gotta remember who that Detroit Pistons coach was and how old fashioned he was too.
Yeah, Larry Brown. But they would have had to. He would have been the future of Detroit then.
They had scores at that time. Rip Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups. Yeah, he been looking at Anthony like a rookie.
They would have been setting up down the line.
But that's why I just said they would have worked Melo game into the. They would have worked Melo game into the offense. They would have worked Melo game into where it didn't need to be. But Melo going to Denver and Melo being the man off top, just off TV.
He had a green light.
Thank you. Okay, that's the same thing I just told somebody the other day about Cooper Flag. That's why I feel like Con Canu rookie year is better than Cooper Flag because Cooper Flag just got the green light because Kyrie Irving was hurt and Anthony Davis was not on the court. Had them boys been on the court, Cooper Flag would have not been taking no 20-some shot as a rookie.
Oh, but you can't take that from him, though. That's woulda, coulda, shoulda. You can't take that from him because his numbers.
I ain't trying to take them from him. We just
put it like this. I say whoever the top 5 draft picks are, they ain't picking these boys to be Patrick Beverly. They looking for them to produce on the floor of scoring the ball.
That day is kind of over.
Con Canu would not be taking 20-plus shots had Kyrie and Anthony Davis been on the court, though. He had been the third option on that team, just like Con Canu is on Charlotte Hornets. due to the fact that Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. He'll been feeling they'll been filling him in the same way Con Canoe gang is getting filled in on Charlotte Hornet.
I agree to some degree, you know what I'm saying? He would have to do other things. He wouldn't just be like the primary scorer, ball in hand, every, you know. So, yeah, I agree with that to some degree. Because Con Canoe will still be shooting that ball.
So
I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. So even though they
he's like kind of like a spot up, you know, get to the screen type shooter.
Yes, but
when Cooper Flag, he's like a on ball. He's like, you know, he need the ball in the hand. He could create.
Con Canoe work off the ball and he work with the ball. Con Canoe actually cut. He get rebounds. He
both
do all
of them
that.
Do though. Actually, both of them do.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that he doing that as a third option though. He doing that as a third option.
Yeah, you right, Chuck. I'm with you.
He doing that as the third option on the team. Cooper Flag is only doing this because he's the primary scorer for that team right now. Had Kyrie and AD, we can't say that Cooper Flag will be averaging 20 because they wanna compare Cooper Flag rookie year to LeBron James rookie year. Only why LeBron James year was like here, y'all know why. He came in the game, had the green light, automatic. Con Canoe walked into a way better situation than when LeBron James walked into. Had AD had AD and Kyrie been on the court this year, he walked into a way better situation than what LeBron James did. So for them to say his rookie year is better than LeBron James, I can't agree with that. I just can't agree with that. I can't agree with that.
LeBron and Melo rookie year was real similar. You remember they were talking about they should have had a Cole rookie of the year that year.
I think so. I think they should have too. Yeah, I think they should have.
Yeah, me too. I think they should have split it.
They did it with Jason Kidd and Grant Hill.
Yep. And with Steve Francis and Elton Brand.
But yeah, we got a list. We got a list that ended up leaking of the NBA award voters leaking their votes, and this is a running tally supposed to be for the different categories: MVP, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, and Coach of the Year. Y'all see any discrepancies on your screen?
I mean, I guess about the MVP. If Luka wasn't there, I think he should have been in the conversation too.
Who that? What'd you say, DJ?
No, I said the MVP right here with Shea and the Joker. I said I guess that's cool. But if Luka wasn't hurt, I think he should have been in that conversation also.
And Luka and Jaylen Brown should be in that conversation.
Oh, and do you know Luka had to petition the NBA to even be considered for the NBA award? They had to have a special ruling, and he ended up putting out a long statement thanking the Players Association for representing him and thanking the NBA for being fair in the decision and this and that for him to be able to be considered for the NBA awards.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, man. Let's just be completely honest, man. I truly think the MVP going to Giannis or Shea solely because Shea got the most.
Giannis.
I mean, not Giannis. Excuse me, not Giannis or Jokic. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Jokic or Giannis. So Shea had, excuse me, Jokic or Shea. Shea got the most plus shots this year, but Jokic, he averaged a triple-double again.
Averaging the triple-double.
He averaged a triple-double as a center.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's just impressive. But
hell yeah.
But that is his stats though, bro. That is just how he living.
Yeah, that's normal.
That is
but
truly
it's just crazy
his
for a
stats,
center. It's just crazy for a center to do
stats.
that. Yeah.
Jokic is unreal.
Yeah, he's like a fucking creative player on a video game.
He's a .5. He's a .5.
So,
I never seen a center
so
like
who's the
that.
coaches of the year candidate?
Now, I ain't gonna sit
Is
up and
that the
say he's the
Boston
greatest
coach?
center of all time, but I'm just saying I never seen a center like this.
Okay, that's Joe Mazzulla, Boston coach, and then you got Mitch Johnson, San Antonio Spurs coach, coming off the what would you say, the line of Greg Popovich. You know, he was assistant for a few years, but yeah, young coach, and they got something going in San Antonio right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they got something going, but I think
So I'm guessing all y'all, who are y'all choosing?
come on, man. You know I'm going with Joe. You know I'm going for the home team. You know I'm going with Joe.
I'm gonna say Mitch Johnson, man. He got Wemby. He managing Wemby throughout the season because Wemby play and sometimes he don't. You don't want him to get hurt. You know he big, so you wanna. And they doing a good job without Wemby, so I'm going with Mitch Johnson, San Antonio Spurs.
I mean, out of these two coaches, yeah, the San Antonio Spurs coach, but the one that's not on here is that Detroit Pistons head coach. He took in that team, and they the #1 seed.
Yeah,
Please.
true.
Would you have saw
True.
Detroit Pistons a few years ago being this good?
I'm with you with that, DJ, because that's what I was thinking too. Like, why they don't have him up here, especially over the Boston coach. I don't know. I might have to go with the San Antonio guy myself, though. You know what I mean? He do got some boys playing well. You know what I mean? And it seems like they got some good chemistry going on over there. I got them going to the second round, but I got them exiting the second round through to Denver. I think Denver gonna put
They
them
gotta
out.
play Denver in the second round. That's gonna be a big matchup right there, boy. That damn near might be we need to be watching the West right now. That series right there, Denver against San Antonio in the second round, if it do happen, that's going to determine who's gonna go against OKC, and that's determining the championship to me. Nobody else is going on.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know that gonna happen, man. Let's be realistic with that, man. The Spurs are not finna lose, and I hate to say it. To be honest, I hate this study happening to Anthony Edwards, but they not finna beat Denver.
Yeah, and it was hurt. They ain't about to do nothing. They got him. He was real smiley after the game, though. They're like, Anthony was smiling after the loss.
Man.
I mean, you shouldn't be walking around sad.
Man, like I said, I really hate this. I really hate the way they're going for Ant-Man right now, man. To be honest, I really do. The Ant-Man, one hell of a talent. He is. And I hate. And Julie Randle is showing up for Ant-Man. It's just, bro, they just don't got enough. They just truly don't got enough yet. They gonna have to trade some more. They gonna have to get some more pieces. They truly don't got enough yet, bro. They just truly don't got enough yet. But the league, the NBA is so loaded. Man, it's hard, man.
Facts. Hey, y'all like, share, and subscribe to the TGC podcast. Until next time.